Hello, friends, what's going on? Hope you're having an inspiring day today. Once again, this is the Mom's Fresh Norm channel, and we are here to give you a new episode about a special topic on tips on how to save at least 300,000 in a year or at least 25,000 in a month. And I hope you have enjoyed watching our previous episodes. This time, you're going to learn a lot from what we are going to share, and I hope you continue watching until the end. Have a good day. Thank you. Keep watching, please. Bye for now. Hello, friends. What's going on? Hope you're having an inspiring day today. Once again, this is the Mom and Sons team sharing to you topics and inspirational songs and videos. I hope you continue liking and continue to watch. Thank you and have a nice day. God bless you. Bye. So friends, here we go. Because it's Mother's Day for May, we have a very special episode that we're going to present to you. This is about frugality and some saving tips and how to have habits of frugality and the secret on how I was changed as a person, as a mom, and as a budgeter on how to save money without spending and how to be simple, how I was changed as a consumer, how I was able to economize on a lot of things and a lot of areas of my life, and how I was inspired to start becoming thrifty and prioritizing savings. And since it's Mother Day, I believe that every mother should know this secret. So here we are unveiling to you the top 10 tips on how to save and be frugal. Hope you like it. Continue watching. Thank you. So here is number one tip on how to save. About saving at least 1,000 or 1,500 from your electricity. Yes, electricity or miracle. First, we are conserving the use of our electricity in the night when everybody's going to sleep. We turn off everything. We turn off lights, and our aircon has a timer. The moment that we begin to deeply sleep, then it automatically turns off and it will not turn on again until the morning comes. And the lights are all turned off, and I make sure that all areas of the house have no light, especially those areas that's not being used during nighttime. So all plugs are unplugged, and we use energy saver, the ones that we bought from the mall. We put it in the electricity socket, and we just let it plugged in to help us reduce the use of electricity. And during daytime, when we wake up in the morning, I open curtains to let the brightness of the sunlight come in, and it will be the thing that will brighten inside the house. And I will turn off all the lights and all the fans and aircon, because the morning brings a little cold air. So another thing is, whether it's afternoon or whether it's morning or night, if there is a certain area in the house that no one is using, I'll make sure that I turn off all the lights and the electric fans. And for the weekends, we will plug off the refrigerator, because we will tend to consume whatever is left on the ref because we are going to replenish, or we are going to buy another set of groceries. So we make sure that we will defrost the ref or plug off so that whatever is left inside will not be missed being used or being utilized, and we'll be reminded of what else is left inside the stock on the freezer in the ref. And for the laundry, we use electric washing machine, but we make sure that we use the most minimum use of energy, and as much as possible we will not use the dryer or the spinner for a long time, and we make sure that we are going to laundry at least once every 2 weeks so that it will not consume a lot of electricity, or we will conserve energy. And during the times that no one is in the house, we make sure that we turn off everything, and in that way we are going to save at least 1,000 or 1,500 every month on our Meralco bill, and it will cost at least 15 or 18,000 in a year, and that's a lot of savings. Okay. For tip number 2, it's about dining out or fine dining. Even before the pandemic, we have decided to avoid dining out or eating in expensive restaurants outside, especially when we pass through malls. We will be able to see enticing big restaurants and fast food. And we have decided not to eat on fast foods or buy expensive commercial food, but we decided to just buy fresh veggies and meat from the grocery once a week, and cook natural food inside our house. In that way, we will enjoy good nutrition and avoid commercial season cooking that would include a lot of sauce and seasonings and flavors. What we save from that is at least 300. If you eat outside, you spend 300 minimum on an average priced menus. And if you do dine out every day, at least a fast food or a commercial restaurant, then if every day you spend 300 in a week of 7 days, that will be 2,100 pesos, and multiply that 4 times 4 weeks in a month. Then in a month you'll be able to save 8,400, and in 12 months you'll be able to save 90,000 per year just by avoiding dining out or fine dining or eating food from fast food. You become more healthy, and the food you eat will be more natural if you cook food inside the house, and you will save a lot of money. 90,000 in a year estimated. That's it for number 2. For tip number 3, this is about drinks. A while ago, number 2 is about dining out or eating. But for now, number 3, this is about expensive drinks or the ready-to-drink colored drinks, especially milk tea, expensive coffees from exclusive coffee shops that are well branded, and other bottled drinks that has colors. First of all, you'll be able to save on the sugar that you are going to take inside your body if you keep drinking colored drinks or expensive milk tea or coffees outside. But we just prefer to drink natural water and eat natural fruit. So for sample computation on how much I was able to save when I decided not to drink milk tea anymore, and oftentimes I would pass through a mall upon leaving our house, so I'll be able to pass through a milk tea shop and buy, 80 pesos, and the cashier will ask me to upgrade it with a 10 peso difference, so it's 90. And since I wanted to to buy, then that's 90 pesos. Once I on the middle of my travel going to work, then I'll pass through another mall where there are more famous milk tea shops. Then I'll not be able to control myself and buy another glass of milk tea that's a more expensive, like um, the special ones with the pearls. So I'll spend 100 or more than that in the middle of the trip going to my work or my office. And upon arriving to my work location, there is another very excellent milk tea shop, and I cannot control myself, or I cannot resist buying another glass because I got tired in traveling. So a total of 3 glasses in a day, I'll be able to spend at least 300. Aside from that, in the evening, I'll buy expensive coffee. So more or less 300 to 500 pesos in a day. I spend that unknowingly. At least if I spend 500 today, then tomorrow I'll remind myself that I should be limiting my expenses because I've spent a lot on expensive drinks yesterday. But then again, on the next day, I will again not be able to resist the temptation and buy another set of milk tea and coffee. So 500, I spend that at least 4 times in a week, so that's 2,000 or 1,500 every week. Multiplied 4 times in a month, I am spending around maybe 6,000 in a month. And that is, if you're going to imagine you save 6,000 in a month just for purchasing expensive colored drinks, milk tea, and expensive coffee, sometimes treating others or your housemates, then it's a total of around 70,000 pesos of savings in a year. So that is one successful habit that I was able to successfully break the expenses of coffees and milk teas and colored drinks. For tip number 5, it's about buying grocery. I have learned to make a list of what I plan to buy in the grocery, and I make sure that I will list it 2 times or 3 times, because in that way I'll be able to finally eliminate between which is necessity and which is a want. So to make sure that it will just total to a specific budget that is really intended for the grocery. And I have learned to schedule once if every 2 weeks buying grocery, so that enough stock will be purchased. And not only that, for those things that are not listed on my grocery list, I will make sure that I will not pass through the items that are not listed on my grocery list, so that I will avoid temptation of buying things which are not necessary and which are not listed. Same thing with beauty products or cosmetics in beauty shops in the mall or in the grocery. I have stopped buying cosmetics like blush on, lipstick, eyebrow, mascara, and the like, because it's a lot of savings and it's no longer a necessity. If you believe that you are presentable, then there's no need to put a lot of vanity in your body or in your face. So how much was I able to spare and save from following a specific grocery list? Before, if I have no list, it will be up to 3,000 or more total in the cashier. But now that I have a list, I make sure that the total is around 1,000 or 1,500, the max. Every time I will shop for grocery, then I'm able to save 1,500 every time I buy grocery. For the salon items, for the vanity or beauty products, I am able to save 7,000 from buying cosmetics. And another thing I am able to spare or save are the salon parlor fees, expensive manicure, pedicure, and foot spa, and the hot oil and keratin that would almost cost me around 500 up to 1,000 every payday. That's around 2,000 every month, and that's around 24,000 savings every year. That's a lot of savings from grocery, salon items, and salon services and beauty products that I was able to learn that I can live without them. Next tip is about internet usage and load usage. I have learned not to use load for my phone because I am not a fan of unlimited chat and unlimited calls, because I have no one to chat except my kids and my boss. So I can use Messenger or any apps that are free. So I have made it a practice not to buy any load for 3 years now. So I was able to spare myself from 20 pesos every day, which is 600 every month, which is 7,200 every year. Aside from that, I have made it a point that um, I don't switch to expensive Wi-Fi subscription monthly. I made sure that someone is going to share with me in my Wi-Fi, so that I will just get to spend one third of the monthly use of the monthly Wi-Fi. But before the pandemic, I have cut the Wi-Fi in our house because I will just use public Wi-Fi's or free Wi-Fi's. Or yes, so I was able to save at least 12,000 for Wi-Fi expense in a year, and 7,000 for load expense in a year. That's a total of around 17,000 to 20,000 every year savings for not loading and economizing on the Wi-Fi fee. Next tip is about paying due dates on time or ahead of the due date, because you will be spared from interest, penalties, and a lot of fees, extra fees that you will have to pay if you pay late. With that, I was able to save around 1,400 every month, or 16,800 every year. Another tip is to maintain the minimum amount that is required by your bank, so that they will not charge you for penalties or any additional charges for staying below the minimum required. So that's around 500 every month fine, which will be around 6,000 every year, just by avoiding penalties and interest in paying your loans, your due dates, and maintaining your minimum saving balance in the bank. Then you have to spare yourself from at least 16,000 to 20,000 every year. Fourth tip about saving money is I have learned to walk short distances instead of riding tricycle, which will cost 20 or 30 pesos for every ride going to and from. It will cost you around 50 pesos, and if you will get out two times in a day, then you get to spend 100 pesos riding tricycle going to and from. But I always see that what a tricycle can travel, I can walk, and it's at the same time good for the health because it's an exercise. It's a form of my exercise. So imagine in the computation of how much I save in learning how to walk short distances. I spend 100 pesos riding tricycle to and from, and times 7, it's 700, and multiplied by 4, it's going to be 2,800 in a month, and it's going to be around 32,000 peso savings in a year, just by, instead of riding tricycle, just learning to walk short distances. And even long distances, I enjoy walking, knowing that I am able to save a lot, and what I save from that, I am able to spend it on other important budgets that we have. Also, riding cabs, it saved me a lot more compared to saving my fare for tricycle on short distances. So instead of riding a cab, which will oftentimes not give you change, whenever you will hand the driver 100 or 200, they would just say it's okay. They're not gonna give you any change anymore because they believe everyone who takes cab, most of them believes that passengers are rich. So instead of taking cabs, this is before the pandemic, I would take the MRT or the bus or the jeepney, which will just cost me 10 pesos, and I also have discount for my fare because I have my discount ID. I'm a PWD, so I am saving a lot because I have learned not to take taxi or cab. Right now, what we do is to prefer to shop on groceries that are near, buy things on establishments that are near our location or our residence, so that we will not have the need to ride, but we will just walk going to and from. We have our grocery pull cart that will help us carry if it is heavy. So that's it. How much I save from sparing the expensive taxi or cab expense. It's 300 per ride, including the tip, and multiply it around 24 days. That's 7,200 a month for the cab expense. Multiplied by 12 in a year, that's 86,400 savings in a year just by avoiding riding taxi or grab. Then for the tricycle, walking instead of riding tricycle, that's 32,000. So just by sparing the tricycle and the taxi, you'll be able to spend more to save more than 130,000 in a year. That's it for tip number 4. Next tip is I don't use credit cards, and I use cash to pay everything in my budget. First, paying the bills right on the due date, and then buying the groceries and buying whatever are the necessities. I usually pay in cash, and I did not make it a habit to make use of credit cards or any promotions. Then I make use of my discount card as a PWD because I'm a PWD since 6 years now because I have something on my lower back. So it's 20% off plus 12% off exemption from that. It's a total of 32% discount on a lot of establishments. And whatever I save from the PWD discount, I don't put it on my wallet. I put it on my savings. I separate the discount amounts in order to segregate and make sure that I'm able to save it for the future. That's from discount cards and other discount stubs like promos, discount stubs and discount card. Next tip is to avoid online shopping. I don't shop online. If I want to buy something, I buy it personally, or I make sure that I am able to see what I'm going to order or what I'm going to buy. And another thing is you spare yourself from delivery fees and from getting frustrated because because oftentimes what you expect is not the reality of what you're going to receive during deliveries. So that's it. I uh, I have removed applications in my phone that is all about online shopping because it is another temptation for me to have additional spending necessities. I think that's it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed the episode about frugality and tips on how to save a lot of money. It's around 300,000 total or more than that in a year. Just to summarize, I have learned not to purchase expensive colored drinks like milk tea, expensive coffee, and colored drinks on bottles. I just switched to natural water. No dine out and fine dining or buying expensive food from outside, but we just cook from home. Number three, we have eliminated the need for tricycle or just walk for short distances, and no grab or no taxi. We prefer to shop on nearby shops. No to Wi-Fi, expensive Wi-Fi. I look for another person to share the expense, and I have not been purchasing load for 3 years now. No salon expense, no services from salon, and no cosmetics and vanities because it's no longer a necessity for me. I make a list whenever I go to grocery and I schedule my grocery once every 2 weeks, and for the rest of the days it's a no spend days. No expensive Meralco bills and no delivery fees, no to online shopping. I hope you have learned something from what I have shared on how to be simple, how to economize, and how to save a lot by means of practicing a lot of frugality habits. And I have a lot more to share on the next episode. Thank you so much, and if you enjoyed watching, please click on the like and the bell button to subscribe so that we get to notify you and remind you whenever we have a new episode by the next week. Thank you for watching, and I hope you keep safe and God bless you. God loves you. Bye for now.